All right, welcome back in. Had a little audio trouble there, but I'm excited because today we're going to be talking about something that I think is incredibly important. I get asked a ton in comments and questions about what is the best online business model to run. And I think there's so much misinformation out there. I scroll down my YouTube For You page on TikTok, Instagram, and I just see people pushing things that they're just trying to sell to you. E-commerce, drop shipping, all these different things. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through all the different business models that are available to you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through, just break down each one of them, if it's a good fit for you, why I don't think it is a good fit. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to present to you what I believe and what I know is the best thing that you can do to build an online business in 2025. And I'm going to tell you exactly what this business model is. I think it has the most legs. I think it has the most teeth. I think it has the most upside and potential. And it's something that's pretty much literally running my business right now. And literally the reason why I'm able to do all these live streams on a daily basis, it's because of this one thing. So by the end of the video, I'm going to run you through exactly what that is, and I'm going to teach you how you can get started with it. So what I want to do here, I want to jump over to my handy dandy whiteboard where we can go through all these different business models that are available to you. Again, you probably know these things. They're probably not new to you. But what I want you to do in the comments while you're waiting for me to pull this up is tell me what your business is. Tell me what you think the best online business model that I'm going to pitch to you is today. And again, pitch to you, I have nothing to sell to you, so it's not a pitch. I'm just trying to help you out. And I'm going through this right now because my wife's brother is in a position where he's switching careers as a young kid, and he's trying to figure out his kind of role in the world, if you will, I guess, and what he's going to do with his life. And being somebody who's built multiple online businesses and has the freedom, has the income to do these different things, I feel like I'm in a pretty good place where I can talk about these things now because I've tried so many different things through my 15-year career. Everything that I'm going to show you, I've done. So I can speak firsthand in my experience with this stuff. So let's start here with square number one, e-commerce model. So this is going to be things like drop shipping, print on demand, Amazon FBA, digital product stores, subscription boxes, and then your traditional e-commerce retailer model where you're selling products online through a platform like Shopify. This is probably the one that is the most popular. It's the sexiest, right? Because I think that it has a certain level of cachet when you're able to say, like, I'm an e-commerce store owner. I think especially as a male, there's a lot of ego that's involved with this type of stuff. It's not just about the money, it's also about the perception of the business. And I think e-commerce has that perception. Now, my issue with a lot of these is one, the cost. If you want to start an e-commerce business, there's a certain level of hard costs that go into it. The products, finding, sourcing, housing, maintaining, all those different things. The actual technology that you're going to sell through, it's not necessarily that expensive. Shopify is not too bad, but these are costs that can add up. And then the marketing, advertising, how are you going to get these products in front of people? You think people are just going to find your store and buy them? They're not. You have to market the hell out of this stuff. You have to pay for ads if you really want to get your products in front of people. E-commerce is not as easy and cheap as you might think. Now, long term, e-commerce is great. This model's not going anywhere. People are only buying more and more online. We are a chronically online society. We're going to continue to pump our money into the internet, but that doesn't mean that it's not saturated and too competitive. Now, you might say, okay, what about drop shipping then? If I drop ship products, I don't have to buy them. I don't have to house them. Well, the margin on drop shipping is very, very thin. And you have very little control over the product. And honestly, guys, if you want to build any sort of business, brand is the most important thing that you're going to need to build over a long period of time. And you can't build brand on something that's not yours, because brand is something that is built inherently into your product or service or whatever it is that you're selling. That's how brand is actually built. It's not built on logos and fonts and colors and experience. It's built on the quality of your product. That's how brand is built. So drop shipping, you lose that. You're selling somebody else's, something off the back of the van that came off something from China. It's not the best. Amazon FBA, same type of thing. Amazon, the benefit of Amazon versus doing traditional e-commerce on Shopify is that Amazon is its own marketing engine. I go directly to Amazon when I want to buy something. I don't go to Google, I go directly to Amazon. So Amazon is kind of like the Google for products, if you will, and you can sell directly there. But Google, damn, my microphone is not working again, huh? Can you guys hear me? Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, thumbs down if you cannot hear me. Can you hear me? No? Oh, Jeff, I'm going to kill you, dude. I'm over here sweating, stressing because I'm getting bombarded by comments over here. Anyways, Love you, Jeff, and thank you for commenting. So when it comes to Amazon FBA, we have things like hidden costs in terms of Amazon fees, the chunks, the constantly changing terms of services. It's not the easiest platform to sell on because Amazon basically owns you. And then subscription boxes and digital product stores. These are just like an element of e-commerce. That's like a strategy inside of e-commerce. You might be like, well, I want to do a subscription box for soap. It's still an e-commerce store. You're just doing that. So I've done e-commerce before. For those of you who've been following me for a while, if you go all the way back 10 years, 10 years on my YouTube channel, you see a case study that I have on my e-commerce store, Laces Out. It was great. It was cool, but it was capped out, and I sold it and moved on because I didn't want to deal with it. Now, next one is service-based businesses. So again, those of you who do know who I am, I own and operate 3 different service-based businesses. I'm big bullish on the service-based model, but again, it's not for everyone, because if you want to do service-based business models right, you got to have a certain level of skill set, team, people, to build it. There's also a lot of hidden costs that go into running service-based businesses. The margins aren't nearly as good as you might think, but there's roughly speaking 3 different types. There's freelance. So when you're first getting started, if you're working a job, you can do like freelance writing, freelance design, freelance social media, basically any of the agency services. When you get really good, you can do consulting. I do a lot of consulting. I'm basically just selling hourly knowledge. You can book a time on my calendar. It's $1,000 for an hour of my time, one off. We sit down, we have a conversation. It's pretty easy money for me, and it works well for the clients that I have there. And then agency model is fully managed services. So again, I dabble and operate in all 3 of these. I'm going to get more into these a little bit later. Don't worry. Now, we've got things that I call like platform selling businesses. So online coaching, that would be selling things on like Udemy, Etsy, freelancing work on Upwork or Fiverr. It's kind of like a subset of the service-based freelance business, if you will. But again, these platforms give you an added leg up because they're giving you the platform to sell on. So it's its own marketing engine. Because if you've ever started an online business, what you're going to find is that it's not just about starting it. It's like, okay, now I have the business. How do I get customers? It's all about marketing, sales, advertising, and these platforms do a lot of that legwork for you. But again, downside is a lot of competition on there, downward pressure on pricing. Fiverr is not something you're gonna be able to sell $1 million product there. And then dealing with those internal algorithms as well. Then we've got digital product creation. So the Blueprint Training is technically a digital product company. We sell trainings, we sell templates, we sell virtual coaching to our clients there, agency clients. So online courses, ebooks, coaching, membership sites, these are all digital products. This is another place where a lot of people want to get started with, because they got caught with an ad. They saw Ty Lopez talking about this stuff. Again, I realize this is not new information, right? Like some of you might be like, hey, Ryan, get with it. It's 2025. These are business models from 2012. I get it. But the point is also is that it's not like there's new business models coming out. So we have to cover these things before I tell you what I would really push you to do. So again, same thing here is that these are great. I love these because it doesn't cost a lot of money to do these. Like you can write your own ebook. You can have Claude write your own ebook. I actually did a live session a few days ago where I had AI write an ebook for you. You put together an online course, but who's going to buy it? How do you get eyeballs to it? You have to have a certain level of cachet, or the next one, which is audience, in order to sell those. So audience-based businesses are going to be like affiliate websites, paid communities, paid newsletters, or becoming an influencer. How many influencers we got out there? Anybody else take their shirt off for views? I do. Haven't monetized it yet, but if you follow my secret Instagram account, you'll see me flex it with my hairy gray chest. But affiliate one is another one that I know a lot of you love. I know why you love it, because you think it's going to be passive income. And this concept that income is passive, let me get in the screen here, is a complete farce. Doesn't exist. Any income you're going to have to work for. With affiliate stuff, it's like, okay, well, I'm selling somebody else's product. They just have to click on my stuff. Like, how are you going to get them to click on it? You could just rank a website in Google and think you're going to get a ton of traffic anymore. It doesn't happen. Google hates affiliate websites. There's not nearly as much traffic available from Google. You build a newsletter. Hey, great. Click rates are down to 1%. Awesome. The affiliate model is heavily slanted, in my opinion, towards the brand, not to you, the affiliate. So I'm not a fan of affiliate. I actually hate affiliate models. And I know, like, I actually love picking on affiliates because you guys all live in your mom's basement and you think you're millionaires, and there's like one person that you point to, like, oh, this person's making a lot of money. It's like, yeah, because they're selling you a course. That's why they're making a lot of money. They're not making a lot of money off the affiliate model anymore, guys. It's not 2010. Trust me, I've done it. I made money with it, and like it peaked, and then as soon as the email list started to die, now that Google's dying, like the only way to make the affiliate model work is if you have a ton of cheap traffic. And there's no such thing as cheap traffic anymore. It just doesn't exist. So you have to be able to pay for traffic for the most part, and that arbitrage just doesn't make sense anymore. The profit margins are just not there. So all of these things, again, the challenge with this is that you have to have an audience. So We zoom out and we look at these 5 here. Who Give me a vote in the comments here. What do you think is the best online business model of these 5? E-commerce, service-based, platform selling, digital product creation, audience-based businesses. Give me your vote. What do y'all think? Because I'm going to tell you what I think in a minute. All right. Let me just get my stuff here. So all of these things here, all of these businesses require one thing. All of these businesses require attention to run, right? So again, you get over the cost of these things, you get over the hard costs of all that different stuff. We put that aside. Let's say that you've got some money to put into it. You're willing to invest 100 grand into a business. That's great. But like, what do all of these things require? All of these things require attention. You cannot run any sort of online, like the whole point of online businesses is that it reduces the friction in terms of the operation. It makes it a lot easier to run the business. Kapil says consulting is what his vote is. It's great. But all of these require attention. And that's what's gotten harder. It's like, it's not the infancy of the internet anymore. The internet's crowded. It's not the Wild West anymore. It's not easy to get traffic. It's not easy to get attention. When I say traffic too, like traffic is not enough. Traffic is ClickFunnels 2014 circa stuff, right? Like it's so much more than that. It's brand, it's audience building, it's building a digital ecosystem, because that's how the internet works. I talk a lot about that. So all these require a certain level of intention. So what I believe is the best thing for you to do, right? I model this off of my own career, right? Because this past year I'm just going to tell you, right? And this is not a flex. It's to hold your attention here and understand that I do know what I'm talking about. I made over $1 million in personal income, personal income, not my businesses. That's all the money that's flown into me. I made over $1 million in personal income this past year in 2024. And it's all because of this. It's not because I have an e-commerce store that's bustling or, I'm killing it with my affiliate model. It's a combination of all these things, because I took the time and the effort and the energy to build my skill set. My skill set is marketing, customer acquisition, digital sales. Because of that, I could do any of these things. I can now open an e-commerce store if I want to. I get pitched all the time for SaaS businesses. I get pitched all the time to do all this stuff. But what I am purely focused on me is continuously building my skill set, building my audience, and then monetizing my skill set through consulting in the agency model. So that's just me personally, right? Like the point is that any of these business models are available to you if you have the skill set. Because all of these businesses, to make any of these engines run, you need the marketing skill set. You need to be able to market these businesses. You need to be able to sell the product and move it. And all these businesses too, if you build the skill set, right, whether you become an expert at TikTok advertising or SEO or copywriting, which we'll talk about all in 1 second. Don't get me started on that. All these require a certain level of marketing skill set to run. And if they can't do it themselves, which they can't, they're going to be willing to pay you to do it. So you can be a consultant, you can be a freelance writer, you can be whatever that you want, and you can still work and monetize that skill set. Again, the other benefit of this is that you can then build any one of these businesses that you want. I'm on LinkedIn right now on my other tab over here, and I saw this guy. He has a digital copywriting course, and he's built an audience on LinkedIn of 100,000 people, and he just writes copy, probably using AI, fully automated, and it just pushes people into his AI copywriting course, right? So he audience-based business, but he built it off the skill set of copywriting, right? He built that skill set. He earned that traffic. He's earning that attention. So all these require a skill set, right? That's at your disposal. That's like my big thesis for 2025 on this channel, is that like you are your business. Because the way that we do business is changing, right? Like these silos are coming down because of AI. And I'm going to talk more about that in a second, but like AI is ripping all this stuff down, and it's stripping down the need for all these different silos in the business, and it's consolidating things. AI agents are here. They're making it much easier to run entire different ecosystems completely automated by one person. So that's the skill set that I want you to build. I think if you want to start a business in 2025, should focus on building a digital skill set, marketing, sales, but you should become what I call an AI overlord, right? An AI overlord is, and that's still a working title here. I'm still workshopping that. Let me know what you think about it. But the AI overlord is essentially what I've now evolved into in my position, because traditionally what I've had to do with my businesses is hire, train, staff. It's expensive, it's time consuming, it's tedious, and people are freaking wild cards, man. They're all over the place. You never know what you're going to get from a different position. But now what I've been able to do is I've been just meticulously giving everything in my day-to-day to either Claude or ChatGPT. And man, when I tell you, it's really freaking good. Like spent 10 years. It's almost like kind of heartbreaking. I spent 10 years learning how to write copy. In in 1 month, Claude has completely taken over all my copy. If you see my stuff on LinkedIn, I didn't write it. I don't write anything. If you have a problem with my stuff, take it up with Claude. It's not me. This entire video, all of this stuff that you see inside of here was developed by Claude, right? And let me actually show you, just show you what I mean by that, because while I'm just talking about this, like it's pretty nuts. What I've done is I've trained Claude on different voices that I have. So I have my agency voice, I have the blueprint training voice, and then I've got my personal one here. So what I did is I gave it what I call a thesis, right? This thesis is what I'm talking about with you now, that you are the business. You are the business. You're the business, you, the human. And this is incredibly important because you need to keep investing in yourself, building this skill set, and removing all the different silos inside your business using AI. I literally have trained this very simply. I give it this thesis that talks about, which it wrote for me, by the way, by some inputs about what I believe business owners should be focusing on, and entrepreneurs and people who want to make money online, which is investing in themselves and the skill sets, forgetting about the business models, because the business model doesn't matter. What matters is the skill set that you possess, and then using the technology that's given to you and just getting your robot arms on to just automate everything inside of the business, which it's fully capable of doing right now. And it's only going to get much, much, much more powerful. So I fed it this thesis that I have, that I've been working on, that talks about, this Claude wrote this, but it says, in a world filled with noise about passive income, trending business models, and set it and forget it wealth building schemes, it's easy to lose sight of the simplest truth. You are the business you've been seeking, right? Like the skill set that you possess becomes the business that you want to build. The skill set that you can build and possess becomes the business that you can build, and you can build it without people, right? You can build it without costs. Forget about vending machines, drop shipping, Airbnb rentals. I went through that, guys. I spent $500,000 trying to invest in Airbnb rentals, and the freaking market tanked underneath me. Now I'm stuck with these properties that, they're breaking even, but like, for what, man? I could have taken that money and put it into the S&P index and made 10 times more money without any headaches, right? So the goal that I'm building for myself now is I keep building my skill set, and I keep using this technology to produce more and more and more and more output, keep that income, and then put it into true passive investment schemes, which is the market or other businesses that I'm investing in, right? So all these different things, again, I fed it this thesis, and now, like, it's doing everything for me. Again, the reason why I'm able to do this on a daily basis, I just fed this today. I'm hosting a YouTube live session. I need a topic. Can you give me a list of all the types of businesses and ways to make money online for beginners? And then use the thesis that I gave you in the project knowledge to edify why building your skill set is the most valuable asset. So it did that. Does this look familiar? This is literally what we just went through here. So I use it to build a lot of the stuff to give me a leg up. And then I, put it into a different format, and then I re-communicate it to you as a human using my own color. So again, the reason why I love you being able to build your own skill set is because you possess all the power. You can literally do whatever you want. And this is what I told my brother-in-law. I said, look, man, like you want to start an e-commerce business, or you want to, start an affiliate business model. Like, you don't have the requisite skill set to do that. And it's not about capital. It's about having the skill set to be able to be the engine that runs that business. Because again, once you have this skill set, whether it's SEO, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's TikTok ads, whether it's working with influencers, whether it's sales, whether it's technical skill sets, once you possess that, then that's the foundation that you can build the business on, and you can better select the business model that works for you. You see what I'm saying? Is that all these business models are irrelevant. But because I know marketing inside and out, I would argue I'm the best marketer in the entire world, and I'll put that to the test with anybody out there, right? Because I know marketing and sales better than what I believe is anybody. I can do any of this stuff. The world is at my fingertips. But now again, I'm training the AI to become me, so I don't need to build a huge team anymore. Which is the biggest downside of trying to do these service-based business models, is that I'm now able to scale my output. I was literally sitting here today being like, I don't have any work to do. I don't have any work to do. I was in the studio yesterday. I filmed 12 videos yesterday, all that spit out from AI. I had all the blog posts already written. Like, these marketing tasks that used to be a full-time job for me and 4 or 5 other people, I don't have any work left to do because I'm spitting it out so quickly. So again, building this skill set and then becoming this AI overlord, let's talk about some of the things that will continue to pay you forever, right? So we talk about writing and like copywriting, and I talk about this a lot on these live sessions because I've been talking a lot about AI, and I'm hoping to introduce you more and more and more to this AI stuff and these skill sets so you can start to understand how you can put these into practice for you. Is that these skill sets here, right? Like, you can feed it to AI models and it can be an extension of you. You can be these robot arms of you. And that goes even for things like writing and communication, right? Like, again, I told you, dude, man, I spent so much time learning copywriting. I've written, talk about the 10,000 hours where you put in 10,000 hours to really master something. Guys, I put in like 100,000 hours into copywriting over the last 15 years. And I finally got to the point where I was like, dude, I'm a beast of a copywriter. And now like Claude is putting me to shame, man. I wrote this copy today. Let me just show you this. Another one that I have. For this ad, I actually posted on our Instagram today, just to show you here. So this video here, right? This is an ad that I ran. These types of videos work really well, guys, too. We can talk about them another time. But like, let me just redo this copy. This is an ad that we're running that's generating a lot of leads for. It says, your law firm handles multi-million-dollar cases. Why is your marketing run by a junior analyst who thinks the bar admission means getting past the bouncer? That's a bar. That is a freaking bar, man. And Claude wrote that. That's what happens when law firms fall for the fancy pitch. You know the drill. The agency founder dazzles with promises during the sales pitch. You sign the contract, excited about finally getting your firm's marketing on track, and then you meet your real contact, a junior associate who thinks tort law involves pastries. Another bar. Meanwhile, your marketing spend burns through your budget while nothing to show but leads who think you're pro bono as a rock band. Another bar. But here's the thing. Your law firm isn't a training ground for junior marketers to learn on your dime. At Weber's, you not only work with senior legal marketing specialists who've generated over 10 million cases for law firms like yours, no bait and switch, no junior staff, right? So really, really, really good copy, man, that I fed to it. How do I go back to it? That I fed to Claude. Right? Very simple, because I've been training this project over and over and over again. That, we talk about copywriting and learning copywriting. It's not worth it. I mean, like, you still have to learn the foundation of copy because you need to know what the outcome needs to look like, right? So I gave it this and I said, help me write an ad that speaks to the frustrations of law firms hiring agencies who overpromise and underdeliver. This is something that I hear in sales calls all the time. Ryan, do we get to work with you? The last agency that we worked with, the sales guy was really good, but they pawned me off to some junior person who had no idea what they're talking about. I hear that over and over again, and we feed that into our marketing, and I just feed it to Claude now, who has this project and has all this knowledge the more that I feed it. And then, again, so like, this is dope too. Like, it's cited the framework and the hook framework that I've given it before in the past. Like, that's pretty amazing, right? When I train this for people, when I used to have to train people on copywriting, I used to tell them over and over and over and over again about problem, agitate, solution, using hooks. Like, not anymore. So like, not only the amount of money that this is saving me, but the amount of time, the amount of effort, the amount of headaches and training people, it's done, right? This is a copywriting machine that I usually spend, like, between myself and a couple copywriting support, like $7,000 to $8,000 a month on copy for all my 3 companies, our ads, our marketing, all this different stuff. And now I'm able to take my project manager who's overseas. English is not her first language. She's a social media project manager. She's not a copywriter. And I built this for her, and she's now able to run this. Pretty amazing, right? So, and then again, just feeding it, right? Like, the paragraphs are too long. They should have more than 2 sentences. Every time I tell it something, it learns it and it cites it again. And then I said, give me more hooks. I don't like this. It wrote me 5 different hooks, 6 different hooks, right? And then I said, give me another quip like junior associate who thinks tort law involves, like the bar that I said I liked. A junior associate who thinks tort law involves pastries. This is it. Junior marketer who thinks the bar admission means getting past the bouncer. An account manager who thinks pro bono is a YouTube cover band, right? Like, these are bars, man. This is really, 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 really good copy that I was able to feed to this thing. So the point that I'm trying to make is that all these things are available to you, right? Like, if we look at something like sales, or if we look at something like YouTube marketing or TikTok marketing, right? Like, you build a framework manually, and then you feed it to this to help you scale. Something that we're working on right now is our video sales letter automation process. So for our law firm clients, and I used to never do Facebook ads for law firm clients because I was like, man, I can't get them to create video. It's too much work writing scripts for them. Not anymore. We do an onboarding call, right? It's a 1-hour onboarding call with our law firm clients. We ask them a very specific set of questions. Who are you trying to target? What cases do you want? All these different things. What are their problems? What are their pain points? What are your practice areas? We ask them a very specific set of questions. We record it. That recording then gets transcribed by AI. That AI then takes it and feeds it to Claude, and then Claude runs our framework here that we built in here, our ads builder framework. Oops, I'm on the wrong one. Our ads builder framework. which then spits out all the ads, all the scripts, everything that we need. It spits it all out, man. It's like really, really, really amazing, all from one call. And it feeds that to us. I'm talking about like months and months and months and months of work done in like 5 minutes or less. Like, it is amazing. So then it spits that out. We send them the scripts. They film the scripts. They send them back. We edit them. And then we've got all the assets that we need, all the copy, all the assets, everything done that we need to then set up and run the Facebook ad campaign. So something that used to take forever for us to do is now done in 5 minutes or less. So got some questions over here. Jack, these materials, guys, these are all available inside of the blueprint.training. If you do want to check this stuff out, head over to the blueprint.training. I am teaching all this stuff. I'm giving you prompts. I'm actually turning that into, my big thesis for that business is the one-person agency. Like, I firmly believe, somebody posted this on LinkedIn the other day. Let me pull this up. Somebody posted on LinkedIn the other day. They were talking about all the different, like, and I get it. I'm not picking on this person, so don't think that I'm picking on this person, because I thought it was a very, I thought it was an intelligent post that they had made. But they were talking about all the different, like, how SEO is so complicated because of all the different things that go into it. Here, right? So he said SEO is not a one-person job, blah, 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 all these things. That's an entire team, not a single hire. I could not disagree with this more right now. Like, SEO is going to become, by the end of this year, if you are smart, if you're doing this the right way, a one-person job. And that's not just SEO. Like, everything in marketing is going to get rolled up into one position. And that one position is that AI Overlord position that I was telling you about. Like, these guys, I'm telling you, like, this is genuinely not clickbait that I'm talking about. Like, if you were going to build one thing in 2025, it is a skill set that you can then turn into AI automation, because the value that you will have, whether you want to go work for a job, whether you want to start your own business, whatever you want to do, if you're able to do that, like, if you're able to roll up all these different things into just you, right? That's what I'm saying, is that, like, if you're worried about AI, if AI gives you stress, fear, anxiety, because you don't know what the future holds, you don't know if you're going to get eradicated, be the eradicator. Like, be proactive about it and go ahead and wipe out the other fucking jobs out there, guys. Like, this is such an antiquated way of thinking, and this is why I'm so excited about my future, my family's future, and all those of you who are joining me and paying attention to this. I want to teach you this stuff for free, guys, because I care about this. I care about you. I care about people. I care about humanity, and this is an antiquated way of thinking. Like, to sit here, and this is such typical SEOs. This is why I love picking on the SEO community, because, like, y'all refuse to change. You refuse to see the writing is not even on the wall. The writing is punching you in the face right now. It's literally punching you in the freaking face, saying, I don't need you. Your skill set is redundant. You're not needed. We don't need to have a content person, an SEO person, a technical person, an analytics person, a link building person, a project manager. Why? You need 6 roles to do SEO. You wonder why SEO is no longer in favor, because nobody wants to pay for that. And they don't have to. And anybody who knows better won't pay for it. You can roll all 6 of those up into one person if you start doing this now. If you start investing into your skill set, if you treat yourself like the business and use AI as your team, you're going to be so far ahead of this. Imagine you're walking to a pitch. And again, I'm not picking on Jake. He's a nice guy. But Jake is like, this is why SEO costs money and takes 12 months to do it, because I need all these people. And I'm like, yeah, we can do it for $10. We can do it for $10 an hour because I got somebody in Pakistan or somebody over here who's fully trained. I built them an AI agent to do all this stuff, and we don't need to do all that. So that's the entire presentation today, guys. It's all about, again, just to like reiterate, it's all about you. This is about you investing in yourself, building out these skill sets, and then using the technology. Don't run from it. Don't bury your head in the sand. It is not only coming, it is here. It is not going anywhere. It's only going to get stronger. And if you continue to treat this like it's 2012, you're going to get left in the dust. I got some questions here. So again, all this is available to you inside of the blueprint.training. I'll just go ahead and type that here. If you want to get access to my prompts, GPS, the blueprint.training, you can sign up. It's $199 to sign up, guys. It's pretty amazing. Head over to the blueprint.training. This will be, all of these are saved on my YouTube channel. You just go to my YouTube channel, go to my, you'll see me streaming live now. Come to my YouTube channel here. If you ever want to watch this in the future, and just come here to this live section, and you will see all of my live videos right here. I thought I was sharing my screen. I'm not sharing my screen anymore. I apologize. Go to my YouTube channel. It's on my YouTube channel. Let's see. Masad asked, one challenge. Many people want to get into the business side of their full-time job and can't put themselves out there for a variety of reasons. They prefer running the business in the shadows. Well, hey, I mean, this is the perfect strategy for you then. If you're afraid of your employer seeing it, if you're afraid of, I was there too, guys. I get it. Like there was a point where I was working a full-time job and I built everything I had as a quote unquote side hustle. I had to kind of bury my head in the sand for a couple of years while I was still working that corporate career. And so I get it. I empathize and understand that. But like, this is the perfect thing for you to do then, is to build this skill set, because you can build this, in silence. You can build this in the back burner. You can and should be continuously building the skill set over time. In this AI stuff, man, it's only going to be your best friend because of that. So Jack, I just saw you commented on that too, man. If that's you, like, first and foremost, guys, like, if I were to go back and look at what I would do differently, I would have jumped and left my job much earlier. I stayed at my job, guys, for like almost 3 years because of the fear of losing income, because of the fear of losing a certain type of lifestyle, because of the fear of me not being successful, and not being able to pay for my life. And I had a very serious girlfriend at that time, not my wife, a different woman, and I was afraid. And that fear, I always look back, hindsight's 2020 always, I guess, but I look back at that and say, man, if I would have just jumped sooner and got a 3-year head start on where I am now, I don't think I would be doing these live streams right now. I think I would be so wealthy that I would just be chilling right now. So, I can't say enough that, like, this is kind of my whole thesis now, and this is why I want to keep doing this, and I want to keep reiterating this stuff, that you are your most important asset. And like, that's not just the skill that you build from a hard skill point of view, whether it's SEO, whatever it is that you want to do. It's also the mental side of things. It's building that callus. It's believing in yourself. It's waking up every single day, looking in the mirror and like, you're a fucking badass, dude, and you can do this. Like, much dumber people than you have done it. Trust me, they are doing it. They're doing it. They're running circles around you, but because you're stuck at the starting blocks, you're not going to get there. And as soon, like, you just have to start walking, man. If you start walking and put one foot in front of the other, one foot, put your head down, one foot, one foot, one foot, one foot, one foot, one foot, one new foot every day. And a year from now, you look up, you're going to be in a completely different country, completely different time zone. You're going to be halfway across the world. You're going to be in such a different place than you are right now. But you got to start, man. You got to start doing it. And I know that's the hardest part, because once you get going, it becomes somewhat of addiction and you love it. So Jeff, just start, man. Jack, just start. Don't be scared of what your boss is going to think, because honestly, like, if you're working in a company that doesn't support you learning more, if you're working in a company that is going to fire you over it, they're probably going to fire you anyways. And as soon as they learn about this technology, they're going to fire you anyways, dude. Trust me, you're gone. You're going to be the first thing gone if you're in a company like that. So that's why you are so important. Like, I firmly believe this. In the coming world that we're in, we've moved much more already to much more of like a creator, freelancer, contractor economy, where it's going to move even further. Like, this technology being able to roll everything up, like, you will be your own business by the end of this year. You have the opportunity to be your own business. You have the opportunity to run a 7-figure business all on your own without anybody else, without any products, without any investment in anything. The only investment is up here, and that's both in the hard skills, and that's also in the mentality of what it takes to do this, and just freaking jumping off the cliff and opening the parachute on the way down, figuring out how to run it on the way down. Masad said, many fall into this category. They don't have the luxury of building a business of you. The skills Ryan talks about through can help run a business in the shadows. Absolutely, I appreciate it. Stacy said, my husband and I built and ran a landscaping company for the past 20 years. We recently closed the business and I want to start a marketing agency in the niche. Can I learn this in the blueprint? Stacy, absolutely. Like, you'll crush it in there. That's exactly what we teach in there. It's exactly what we coach. We have everything inside of the blueprint.training for you to learn that. From how to get started. I love the landscaping niche. Anything in the local services marketing place, I love it. We have trainings in there about how to do local SEO, how to rank people in the Maps pack, how to get clients, how to manage clients, how to charge it, how to price it, how to build project plans, how to build a team, how to run local service ads, how to build offers, plus the community, plus you get direct access to me, and my team will help you out with all that stuff, Stacy. So if you have any questions, Stacy, you can send us an email, support@theblueprint.training, or just head over to the Blueprint Training and sign up. And if you're not satisfied with what you see inside of there, we'll give you money back, no questions asked. It's the place for you, Stacy. Trust me. It's exactly why we built that program. Kai said the blueprint is well worth it. If nothing else, Just go for the SOPs, but you'll get a ton more value from it. Thank you, Kai. Masad said, if you were an AI overlord, what is the first way you'd monetize the side hustle? So I'm a big service guy, Masad. So like copywriting is probably the easiest one for me. I would probably, like, if I were to start over today, I would start a copywriting business where I would charge not much for it. I would charge like half of what the market's charging, and I would be able to produce 100 times more with the output and the outcome. That's exactly where it needs to be. Jack said, you are wealthy at $1 million personal income. I am wealthy. Exactly. By the end of the year. Yeah, exactly. It took me a while to get to this point, but this is why, again, this stuff is so important. Investing in yourself, investing in your skill, investing in your mentality of this stuff, because like nobody taught me this stuff, man. Nobody taught me this stuff. Nobody helped me with this stuff. I learned everything I know on YouTube. I went back to school and got a master's in business. I spent a lot of time, a lot of money on it. I thought that was going to be the route for me. But it wasn't. I was fed a lot of the same information that all of you were, which is go to school, do good in school, get the best job possible, go to the best school possible, and you will unlock the American dream and happiness. And I did that. I got the best job. I got a really good job out of undergrad. I went to a really good school. I played football in school, so it helped me out. I was kind of a rockhead, but played football, got into a really good school, College of the Holy Cross, shout out, got a really good job for a consulting company, worked for Deloitte, worked for Accenture, and I hated it. I wasn't happy. I was miserable. I was like, this is going to be the rest of my life. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to be 50 and I'm going to be doing the same thing. And I'm not going to have learned. I'm not going to have grown. I'm not going to make any more money. I didn't want to be told when to show up. I didn't want to be told what to wear. I didn't want to be told when to talk. I didn't want to be told when I could go home. I didn't want to do that. It wasn't really, I didn't get into what I do because of the money. I got into it because of the freedom. I was very fortunate that I moved to Miami, and I was exposed to people that I wasn't exposed to in Washington, D.C., where I was living, which was the mindset of like, you don't have to do that. Like, who said you have to do that? Because your parents told you that? Because that was how you were brought up? You have to do that? You don't have to do that. You can do whatever you want, dude. Look what I'm doing. I'm in a club at Tuesday night at 3 a.m. I don't have to get up tomorrow if I don't want to. I saw that firsthand, and I was like, man, I was mind blown. And it built a fire inside of me that, they say that change comes when the pain of staying the same is too painful. If you're really overweight, it's really hard to lose that weight until the pain of being that overweight makes you change, right? And that was what drove the fire in me to start the Google search of how to make money online, how to quit my job. And man, this is 2009, right? So we're talking about pre-Instagram. We're talking about Google doesn't even look the same. We're talking about no ads in Google basically back then, right? And we're talking about banner ads back then. We're talking about the most dirtiest of the online marketing available back then, right? Like true scam shit. That was how I got into this. And there's something beautiful and magical that happens when you start walking in the right direction, when you start putting one foot in front of the other and you continue to walk, good things happen, right? Like, if you're a believer that everything on this planet is made up of energy, right? When you start pushing that energy in the right direction, it's not going to happen from you just sitting and waiting for it. Like I tell people this all the time, like you have to start pushing that inertia in some direction. And if you do that, like you're going to meet people. And this whole thing about like, your network is your net worth and this and that stuff. And I totally agree with that. But like, you don't just get a network, you build a network, you earn a network, right? Like, and that started with me back then, going to meetup groups, talking to people that had no idea what they were talking about, and networking with them and trying to learn from them and build with them. And you build forward, you fail forward, you learn and learn and learn and grow. And now I'm fortunate 15 years into my career now where I'm in the room with people that own $500 million businesses. And it's because of the inertia and the momentum that I built in continuously walking out there and pushing it out there, telling myself this is who I am, acting like this is who I am, telling the world this is who I am, making content, this is who I am, this is what I do. I'm the best in the world at this. When you do that and you tell yourself that over and over and over again, and you're walking the walk and talking the talk, you're going to get there. It's only a matter of time. Patience is key and all this different stuff. So does anybody else have any questions? I'm happy to talk about mindset. I'm happy to talk about businesses. What do y'all got? I feel like I'm on a roll today. Beautiful day here in Miami, Florida. I don't know where it is where you are, but it's 72 degrees and sunny right now. I'm looking out my window. Probably going to shut it down after this, go outside, do some yard work. I got some new trees I'm going to plant in my backyard, getting ready for the summertime. How y'all doing? What do you got planned today? None? All right, everybody, look at, I appreciate all of you. I'm not going to say anything. I just appreciate your time, your attention. I love you all. I hope that you got something out of this. I hope that you find what you're looking for when it comes to building a business. If you need any help, I'm here. Just drop me comments on these videos, wherever you're watching, LinkedIn, X, YouTube. I answer and I see all of them. So please ask me. And if you want to see any videos in the future on live sessions, please let me know. I'm here for y'all. I work for you. Thank you all. Love you all. God bless. Have a great day.